Hey, this is Kevin with AGL. We're continuing with our Naza programming video for the Spektrum DX9. What we're going to do today is to go over the radio system to make sure that you're getting a switched failsafe and a true failsafe. What we've got here is one of our prototype Black Widow frames. We have a Naza light velcroed to the board, a Spektrum AR8000 with satellite. This is the power module for the Naza with GPS, but we don't expect you to get signal. We have the power module already plugged into the computer, but it's not powered yet. We have battery source over here, our DX9, and this is going to be a little servo with an extension on it as a visual reference as we're going through the fail-safes. This guy is plugged into our rudder channel, and as we move along we'll show that we can turn off the radio with influence on the rudder channel and it go back to center. And we have an extension here for our bind plug. Okay, so let's get started. First thing we're going to do is turn on the radio, and we are going to demonstrate that we have our 3-position mode and everything's working on the computer. So we're now connected. You can see on the computer we have GPS mode, and we are in GPS mode on the radio. We have attitude mode, and then we're going to go over to failsafe.
GPS mode.
Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to start out by showing you 2 different types of failsafes that you get with Spektrum. One is a hold and one is a return failsafe. We're going to start out with a hold, and this is where a lot of people go wrong. They forget to remove the bind plug and they end up with a hold failsafe. So whatever flight mode you're in at the time you lose radio connectivity, the aircraft's going to continue in that. So if you're in GPS mode and you're flying around in attitude mode and you lose radio signal, guess what? That aircraft is going to continue to go the direction it's going and stay in that mode, instead of tripping back into failsafe and coming back to you. So we're going to start out by powering down our system here. We've got the radio in GPS mode. You can see the radio is in GPS mode. We're going to turn it off. We're going to put our bind plug in and then power the system back. You can see by the orange blinking lights that we are in bind mode on the receiver and the satellite. For a hold, we're going to leave the bind plug in, and then we're going to go through the bind procedure with our radio. Okay, our bind is complete. We're still in GPS mode. We're going to remove the bind plug, and you can see GPS, attitude, failsafe, all that's good to go. We're bound to the radio. Now we are going to simulate losing connectivity with the radio by shutting it down. You can see on the screen that we are still in GPS mode. It did not go back to failsafe. This is what I mean by a hold. So if you're flying along and you lose connectivity with your radio, it's going to continue to go the direction it's going. Hopefully in GPS mode it will at least slow down and hold that position. Hopefully. It may not. It may continue a forward advance. And we're going to introduce influence into our rudder channel and turn off the radio. So here you can see with a hold that we are continuing this influence on the rudder, so the aircraft would continue to turn. How are we going to fix that? We are going to do a different bind procedure. The radio's off. We're going to take our bind plug, put it back in, We're going to turn our radio back on. We have a switched failsafe. Everybody saw that on the screen, that we can go from GPS to attitude to failsafe. So what I'm going to do is to put our mode, however you have your mixes set up, in failsafe mode. You can see we're in failsafe on the screen here, right there. We're going to turn the radio off and get ready to bind. This time, we have our bind plug plugged in. We're going to power up the receiver. You see it's back in bind mode. Here's the important step. Before you start the bind procedure with the radio, you need to remove the bind plug. Okay? And then go through your bind procedure with the radio. Okay. Our radio is currently in failsafe. You can see on the screen we are in failsafe, and we are bound because we have solid lights here. Our rudder is to center, just as our stick is here. You see the rudder moving back and forth. Okay, so this time GPS mode. You see that we're in GPS mode on the screen. We're in GPS mode on the radio, and we are going to give influence to our rudder and then turn off the radio to simulate losing signal. Everything should go back to center and we should get failsafe on the screen. You see the radio is off. Our servo here went back to center, and we have failsafe on the screen. So there you go. That's how you get a good failsafe while programming your Spektrum radio. The important thing is just to make sure that while you're in bind mode, you remove this bind plug prior to going through the bind procedure with your radio. We turn the radio back on. We regain connectivity, and you'll see the computer and the mode flip back over to GPS, and we never came out of GPS mode on our radio. Alright, there you go. This has been Kevin with AGL, and we thank you for watching.